Hey everyone, it's Crew9, and in today's video I am going to rank all the Stardew Valley Bachelors and Bachelorettes, so if you want to hear a random person's subjective opinions about the characters, then you're in the right place. Just please do not write mad comments about why I put your favorite characters down, I beg of you. This tier list is totally biased, and these can always be changed, and my personal opinion about them could always verify, since the person itself is always changing, you know. Most of the characters of this game are amazing, and it was super hard to rank them all, and I searched a lot of information, and I mean a lot, for this video, and it actually had me questioned my vision of the characters, I'm not gonna lie. I want to clarify that this video consists a ton of spoilers for the game itself, but if you don't care, then go for it, I guess. I mean, I won't complain for the watch time. But enough of the yapping, let's get into the video, but right after the intro, of course. The last character in my ranking video is a controversial one. Like, people either really love him or really hate him. And I feel like a marriage candidate, he just falls short. There are a ton of unique and lovable lovers, but Shane just isn't it, in my opinion. His story is good, don't get me wrong, and it also delivers a great message to the people dealing with depression and alcoholism, but I could only see him as a friend. None of his cutscenes really make him good for love interests, you know, like I don't see or feel the love vibes from him than the other characters really. But then again, probably I'm biased here because most of the time I don't really like those washed up characters in media. And his looks are kinda bad, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I could imagine him lacking personal hygiene really badly. His clothes have holes in them, making it more trashcore, you know. But at least he can say that he works. Not many bachelors or bachelorettes works in Stardew Valley, so he is an exception for that. And he is one of the first people who wakes up and goes to work, not mentioning him being the father figure to Jess. And I feel like he throws out all his personal growth when he moves with you after marriage. And can we talk about his spouse's room? Because that is the ugliest one of the bunch by far. It's so messy and it shows that he still didn't quit his alcohol consumption. Overall, I feel like he is more of a friend rather than a love interest. So that is the reason why he is this down. With the next one, I don't want to make anyone upset about this, but in 11th place is Sam. I wanna like Sam, I really do, but his childishness really kills the vibe. He's a musician, which I adore, and he has this golden retriever energy going for him. And in one of the events, he comforts his little brother Vincent about the father going home from the war, which shows how good of a big brother he is. But in most of the cutscenes, he gives me the ick. He let us take a blame for breaking an egg and literally sneaks us into his bedroom like we are his dirty secret. And it's something that a teenager would do, showing the player his childish demeanor. His concert in the 8th Heart event is nice, and it's quite funny how in one of the songs, he invites Abigail just to sit behind the drums on stage while he and Sebastian play music. Design-wise, I really dislike his hair, and he also has some holes in his shirt. Like, I don't understand why 2 out of 12 bachelorettes have holes in their clothes. Like it just makes their whole vibe really different. But I can understand why you would like Sam, he's just personally not my type. Hailey is one of the least popular bachelorettes among the community, at least that is what I noticed. While I understand why, because she never really made me fall into her character. She does have an interesting redemption arc and change of heart really. She's a dumb blonde stereotype with a mean girl touch to it. She still managed to be a little bit more than that. My favorite cutscene of hers is when she lost her great-grandmother's bracelet and how sad she became by that. It really shows how much she cares for her family, and maybe that is when she started changing to be a better person. Her riding the cows was also an interesting cutscene, and it made her more lovable. And I think it is interesting to make her and Alex get together after year 1, if you don't get enough heart with any of them. These kind of things just show how much the creator loves this game and how much he puts into it. And I feel like they are kind of cute together. She definitely has some charm in her, but she couldn't charm me as much as the other characters sadly. Number 8 is none other than the drunk bus driver's daughter, Penny. I don't have any personal grief with her. She is a sweet girl who has some issues, but always tries to look on the bright side of things. We can see in her heart events that she has a pure goal at heart, helping people out, even though she kinda pushed away George from the mailbox, but I see it more of lack of social skills. This also explains why she can easily ask a random person to help her clean her house. Like, it would be super humiliating if somebody did that to me. At least that is how I feel. She is also a very sensitive soul who takes it to her heart when her food sucks or when she gets rejected. And I mean, same. She is definitely an underrated kind of a person. I really sympathize with her. However, I have to agree that she is a rather boring kind of a character. She doesn't have any story arc really, and she isn't out there as the most of the characters in Pelican Town. And how dare she wake us up in her 14th event? That is simply horrible. The next one that I'm going to talk about is Elliot. Elliot is the kind of a person who has a job as a writer and is very fancy when it comes to expressing himself and his feelings. He lives on the beach for inspiration and the smell of the ocean. That is definitely something quite enjoy in his character, but sadly that is the only thing really. He is a gimmicky kind of a person, always talks about books and writing, so I feel like this character's writing just falls short a little bit. I would love to see more of him, like more opinions, more things that he enjoys. Not just talking about writing. The little detail in his 8th Heart event, where many people went to his book celebration to the museum, he reads a part out loud for everyone to listen to it. And sooner or later, almost everyone left. Like, that is such a great detail and so funny to me. Great detail concerned Ape. And the 10 Heart event was pretty cute, how he expressed his love to us and how romantic a gesture he made to us. I find that incredibly heart-touching. And by the way, can we talk about how good his design is? His chin, expressions and hairstyles are beautiful. It really complements his vibe and personality as well. Maru is a character that never stood out for me. Maru is mainly for the lesbian girlies who play Stardew Valley, because I have never seen any male found over her, and I'm no exception. She has such a great vibe, looks amazing, but a little bit boring. The only story she has about her is it's about her being the little princess of Demetrius. She is definitely a sweetheart during romance, and she is a smart woman who can achieve everything she wants. Her tiptoeing when she wants to kiss the farmer is super wholesome, like we need to protect this girl at every cost. But I just feel like the farm place is not the most suitable for a genius like her to live on. Not to mention that one of the heart events she built a robot who wanted free will, and this feels very skiffy to me. And since I have a personal grief with skiffy movies and genres in general, that lowers down her score a bit. But I believe a lesbian farmer could make her very happy. Number 6, in the middle of the pack, is Emily in this case. I really love how spiritual she is and definitely creates a unique and interesting relationship with Farmer. All of her heart events are full of surprises and she is never boring. It is also rather easy to steal her heart as she is very into clothes and she is a full-on crystal girly. She may be a bit of a weirdo for some people, but I actually quite enjoy this part of her personality. But she is much more than that. She is responsible as she works in the salon for many hours straight, loves making clothes, and isn't afraid to show off her weird side. And she has a parrot that she took care of. Caring is a really admirable personality trait in my opinion. And in the 10 heart event, she full on goes into a tent with you, and it starts shaking weirdly. Emily, I never knew that you were this adventurous. And her being the 6th place really shows how many great characters live in Stardew Valley, let alone they are romanticizable. Now, Alex is a hard one to rank, because it all depends on which gender you are playing as. As a male farmer, his storyline with, his mother dying of an incurable sickness, his father leaving him, and Alex wanting to prove himself and his father that he is worth something, is an interesting story and concept to say the least. I also love how he grows as a person, not being that egotistical and self-centered and trying to be a better person. So many people just give up on themselves and refuse to work on their personal growth. So it is very admirable that Alex could change for the better. And of course, if you play as a male farmer, he also questions his sexuality and George accepting his marriage with a boy, but playing as a girl doesn't leave quite an impression. We miss the questioning his own sexuality part, and at times he can be a little bit sexist to the female character. Also, I wish we could see his dog a little bit more, like sometimes he could pet him or just make the dog get out of his house in a little bit more, because the only time we can really see him is during one of Alex's heart events. Leah is one of my favorite characters from Stardew Valley. Her personality and looks put her into a much higher place. She is a resourceful, healthy nature enthusiast who often talks about nature and how much she prefers the valley over Juju City. What I dislike in her is the stereotype of a starving artist, and I feel like she doesn't really change or grow as a person during the game. Sure, her backstory is all about having an ex and how much of a pain in the ass he really is, but all of her story really involves her ex. In the end, it was very satisfying seeing her stand up for herself and us really, but I don't understand why she states that it's unnecessary for us to punch her ex, but when we try to talk things out, she's the one who punches them. Like, make up your mind, woman. The only event that I like is her showing off her sculptures and creative mindset. They are very unique, and I like how she explains the overall feelings and the intentions behind her art. Like, she is truly an artistic individual. But other than that, it is a serious letdown for me. At least she is not that gimmicky kind of a person like Elliot is. Number 3 is Sebastian. He is an angsty emo boy stereotype, but still has some major positive things in his character. He is a very introverted kind of person, and his 2 heart event showcases this really well. And how much of a pain in the ass giving him a present before 2 heart release, because he never leaves his room. He is a hard shell to crack, He is often very cold to an unknown person, but if he starts to like you, then he gets more casual with your presence. He also has one of the longest heart events with the D&D gameplay, which is actually fun and visually appealing. It's definitely one of the best ones in the entire game. His love for frogs also makes him feel more real and soft. Helping an animal in need is something that is very admirable in a person. That is something that I quite enjoy in Sebastian and Emily. Oh, and he is taking you out with his motorcycle to see Juju City far away from. Is super romantic. He really has a lot of ratings in his character. So I understand why he is one of the most popular bachelors in the game. To be honest, he has a super ugly design in game. He is one of the most ugliest in my opinion, but on the opposite side, his picture frame design is really well made and looks super handsome. But most of the games you see his pixel art really. So that was the main reason why I never talked to him. He is the doctor of Pelican Town, so he has that nurturing and caring personality. It is showcased by him looking out for Shane's drinking problem, forgiving Maru for breaking a sample, and even helping us out when we get knocked down in the caves. He is probably a little bit older among the love interests. I mean, he's a doctor, he has a degree, and that probably took him years to finish, and his mature personality also tells the story. In his 6th heart event, we can see him working out with ladies, and it is so much funny seeing him frustrated and embarrassed by the thought of us seeing him like that. He is such a nervous boy. The heart events totally carry his rank, because in the 10th heart event, he rents a balloon for us, even though he's afraid of height. It greatly showcases his personality and how lovable he is. Can we talk about how much of a sweetie he is in the 14th heart event? Like, he's literally such a great male wife, I'm not gonna lie. Harvey is definitely an underrated character that I feel like many people sleep on him because his dialogues can be a little bit more on the tamer side of things. And in the earlier game, his heart events really starts out a little bit boring, but in the end, it is so much better, trust me. Abigail, my beloved. The first time I laid my eyes on you, I knew you were going to be my favorite. I generally love gothic and alternative characters, and in Stardew Valley, Abigail fulfills that role. She is into Ouija boards, ghosts, and is an adventurous character. She isn't afraid to show her true interests and her personality to us. She's also not that I hate everyone stereotype like most alt girls are portrayed by Hollywood, so that is also a great thing. And can we talk about her being a gamer girl? In her 2-heart event we can play Journey of the Prairie King, sorry for the pronunciation, which is the most interesting minigame that Stardew Valley has to offer. I also liked her story. She wants to grow up and be her own self, but her parents' beliefs make it harder for her. In her 6th heart event, we can see how behind the times Pierre actually is, thinking that a woman belongs in the kitchen. The theories where people believe that she is the wizard's daughter are also super interesting, and I just love when characters have more layers and depth in them. So go on, give her some amethyst to munch on. The little girl deserves it. So, what do you guys think of my ranking? Did I have unpopular opinions and made you rage bait, or did you agree with my statements? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. And by the way, here is the drawing that I made of Abigail. I hope you like it. If you enjoyed this video and want more of these kinds, then please click the like button below, and you can subscribe if my personality is what made the video entertaining for you. I hope this video wasn't too cringe for you. I was good mind, and I see you all in the next one. But until then, take care, have fun, be smart, and goodbye.